Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
The following is a News Channel 8 special presentation.
As we get ever closer to Election Day, things are starting to heat up, and it's all right here on Nevada Newsmakers. Andy's got the rundown.
Sam, usually an entrenched lawmaker has a very easy re-election. But this year, in an expanded Assembly District 24, Democrat Vivian Freeman is being seriously challenged by Republican Jason Geddes. And today, they're on the hot seat. Sam?
Thanks, Andy. And once again, we'll have a Power Pundits session with Martha Gould for the Democrats, Chris Wicker, the chairman of the Democratic Party here in Washoe County. We'll also have Jim Denton here, political analyst, and Greg Ferraro representing the right. It's all coming up next on Nevada Newsmakers.
For almost 25 years, Randolph Townsend has brought fresh solutions to Nevada. In 1978, he campaigned for the rights of ratepayers by championing the Office of Consumer Advocate. Later a state senator, he took bold steps to fix Nevada's industrial insurance system, which was losing $1 million a day. An advocate of the disabled and mentally ill, Randolph Townsend was appointed by President Bush to the 15-member National Mental Health Commission. Senator Randolph Townsend, working for Nevada.
I know it's been hard for her these past few months. It isn't easy having a mom that goes to college, but I want to give her all the things the other kids have. Nice clothes, a new bike, a good home. I just hope she knows how proud I am. I'm going to make her proud too. And if someone asks me how I raised a kid and finished college, I'm going to tell them about the girl that helped me through.
Sometimes it takes someone who's a part of you, someone you love, someone who depends on you. For the motivation you need and want to make a better life and to make the call to Career College of Northern Nevada, where in as little as 6 months you can earn a career at Career College of Northern Nevada. In morning, afternoon, or evening classes, you could be making a better life for the two of you. You can do it. Call now, 856-2266. The longer you wait, the longer it takes. You can do it. Call now, 856-2266.
As a lobbyist for the Nevada Restaurant Association, Lorraine Hunt supported a bill to eliminate the minimum wage law for workers who depend on tips.
I have a tip for you, Lorraine Hunt. Stay out of our pockets.
As a member of the State Assembly, Aaron Kenney opposed that bill and fought to protect the wages of Nevada's working families. Aaron Kenney, a lieutenant governor on our side.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with Sam Shad and political analyst Ande Engleman.
The District 24 race is shaping up to be a pretty hot one in the Assembly, pitting a veteran of 16 years, Vivian Freeman, against a newcomer, Jason Geddes. They're both with us, and we join them with Andy at the table.
And Sam, we have here Vivian Freeman and Jason Geddes. And Jason, let me start with you. Vivian's represented this district for a long time. Why do you feel you can do a better job than what she's been doing?
I think that Vivian has done a fine job for the district. I just think I can do a better job. I mean, I was born in the state. I grew up in the state. I have a lot of love for the state and a lot of passion for the state. I think I can work hard on the environmental issues that are facing the district and the state as a whole, dealing with clean air, dealing with clean water. I think I can work on the alternative energy issues significantly.
All right, but you will be a Republican, a minority in the Assembly.
Yes.
Why do you think you can do a better job for your district than Vivian can do?
Well, I think the district has changed drastically with reapportionment. We've got a lot of new people in the district. We've got a lot of new growth in the district, a lot of new people moving into the district. And I think just my background, my personality, where I come from can represent the people better now that the district has changed.
I see. Vivian, you used to chair a committee in the Assembly, and they took that away from you. What happened? Why did that occur?
Well, I'm not sure that I would say it was taken away from me.
Okay.
Most of the legislators, as you know, are from the South, and Clark County decided they wanted to have their own member on the committee to chair it, and that was fine with me. I was on 4 committees last session, one of them being the one that decided reapportionment. I had a full plate, and I was happy to step down from that and to address the issues of redistricting. Now, the Republicans have chosen to make what we did last session on redistricting a big issue in this campaign. I think it's disingenuous. I've seen their ad in the paper. I've seen it on cable television. And if I were a Republican, I'd be really insulted by it because it makes the assumption...
But the North did get shortchanged in reapportionment. We did, but I would not lay it on the Democrats that served in the Assembly. I would lay it on...
But it was their plan.
Not necessarily. I would lay this on the Republican minority leader who came from Gardnerville, and also an assemblyman who came from Clark County. There was no consideration given for the legislators from Washoe County. In fact, the district I represent would have become part of Sparks and Washoe County.
But the plan that was handed out by the Democrats is the plan that we now have. I mean, they held a press conference and they handed it all to us, and this was, and you did vote for it, is that correct?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
So it was the Democrats that...
The alternative would have been that we would have had to have gone to court to decide this. That's what a lot of other states were forced to do. No one in the legislature was willing to do that. It would have cost the state a great deal of money and would have made us look very bad. We needed to settle this issue.
Jason, you're in favor of growth, to say the least, and even in favor of water importation. May I use the two words honey lake? Are you prepared to open up that barrel of worms again, or can of worms?
No, I'm not. And actually, water importation, I never said I was an advocate of water importation. That was a slight misquote. I am a believer of growth. As I've said several times, I mean, growth is part of nature. Growth happens. We're going to grow. We're going to have children. The community's going to expand. Even if nobody else moves here, we are going to grow as long as we have our children. We want them to grow up here. And the limiting resource we're faced with is water. And what we need to do is figure out how we're going to have water for the next generations.
Didn't Senator Reid take care of that in the Truckee Meadows Truckee River importation plan?
Yes, he did a great portion to help that out quite a bit. But if you look at the regional plan and you look at the issues we're dealing with, water is again the limiting factor. When you're talking about growth in the North Valleys, you're talking about growth in Spanish Springs, South Meadows, it is water.
And so where are you going to get that water from?
A combination of things. I think we need to bring in some technology. I think we need to clean up the contaminated aquifers that we have. There was a fee put on by TUMWA to help assist and do that. We have some nitrate issues as well as cleaning fluid issues. A lot of that we can clean up and make a lot more water available. We can also look at a lot more technology to assist us in eliminating the need for water. One thing that a lot of the universities in California are going to are electric urinals, and they're able to drop their use of water in all of their public buildings by 30% just by replacing standard water urinals with electric urinals. And they're right about the same cost.
6 years ago, Howard Rosenberg was elected to the Board of Regents and then ended up in front of the Ethics Commission because there was a question as to whether he could be an employee of the university system and also somebody who would be basically in charge of money that goes towards his own job. You would be faced with the same situation if you were in the Assembly, would you not?
No, I think the precedent has been very well set. I mean, one of our best legislators that we've had in Washoe County is Jan Evans, and she served at the university in an administrative position like I have. She served in the legislature for 14 years and did a wonderful job in both.
Have the Republicans indicated to you whether or not you would be appointed to Ways and Means to replace David Humke, who also worked for the university and sat on the Ways and Means Committee?
No, we haven't had any discussions of that. I'm just focused on trying to win the election right now.
Okay.
And there are several legislators in the South who work for the university system.
And that's a constant question, and certainly the Las Vegas Review-Journal brings that up every election as to whether that's something that we should be taking care of. Vivian, let me ask you, how do you feel about water and growth?
Well, I think that the growth will be self-limiting based on one of the issues is the builders can't get surety bonding for their building nowadays. I think that in and of itself will stop a lot of building. I think that we do have to plan very carefully. We have to manage it. The things that Jason talks about are wonderful, but they're not necessarily legislative issues. Those will be handled more by TUMWA or by the local water management group. It's doing a great job, And I'm not sure that the legislature will get involved in any of those. Growth will happen, but it has to be limited by our resources such as water and clean air, and I feel that we've made a good start on addressing all those issues currently.
Thank you both for being here. Good luck in the campaign.
Thank you.
And we'll be back in just a couple of moments here. When we come back, we're going to take a look here at the school bond issue, and we'll be back after this timeout.
Planning to sell your home or condo this year? You're probably wondering how much it's worth. You can find out free on the web at housevalues.com. That's housevalues.com.
The 2003s are here, and right now you can buy a new 03 Jeep Liberty Sport equipped with big 6-cylinder power for oh so little. Or finance a new Liberty at 0%.
If you've lived in Reno for a while, then you know the best values in furniture for your home are found at Rick's Furniture Warehouse, where you always find everyday low prices. If you're new to Reno, then you owe it to yourself to come by Rick's to find the best furniture values. Rick's giant warehouse is stocked with a huge selection of living room, dining room, and bedroom furniture and accessories. If you haven't been to Rick's lately, stop by. There's new furniture arriving every week. In Reno, there's only one place with everyday low prices. That's Rick's Furniture Warehouse at the corner of Moana and Kitsky Lane.
Hi, I'm Rick, manager at Cabinet Connection, your authorized kitchen craft dealer. From new construction to home improvement, we have the products, pricing, and professionalism to make your dreams come true. Choose from an exciting array of styles, stains, and glazes in oak, maple, cherry, pine, hickory, or rustic alder. Or select any one of our many laminate, painted, and thermofoil styles. Detailed floor plans and estimates to licensed, quality-conscious installations. With selections to fit any taste and any budget, why wait? Call today.
Hi, Ron Ford, president of Sierra Air. Let me tell you about our holiday service special going on now till the end of January. For only $79.95, we'll do a winter exact tune-up on your gas heating system. We'll clean and check all major components and safety devices so you won't have to worry. A standard replacement filter is always included. So call Sierra Air today, 356-5566. That's 356-5566. The company your neighbors recommend.
Bobby Page's Cleaners. Quality and service with a smile in the Sierra Marketplace on Moana and Virginia and the Moana West Shopping Center at Moana and Lakeside.
In 1996, the school board tried to get a bond passed for under $200 million, and the public just was not ready for it. They didn't think the school district had done enough to deserve that kind of raise. 2 years later, the school district had done enough to prove their point, and they got that bond passed for just under $200 million. Now they're back asking for over $300 million. Should they get it? We'll join our panel of pundits and find out. And we're joined today with Jim Denton, Chris Wicker, Martha Gould, and Greg Ferraro. And it's a pleasure to have you all here. Okay, let's start out with you, Jim.
You know, Sam, I think I've never been one of those people that are big on tax increases, and no one's ever going to accuse me, especially Chris, of being a tax and spending liberal. But, you know, I think we have no choice but to pass this. There's nothing but benefits in this for the community. There is no tax increase in this. This is exactly what Clark County passed a couple of years ago. It has put them way up on Washoe County in terms of being able to educate children. You know, the arguments against this, we have an obligation to educate children. It's probably one of the best investments we can make. And, you know, the arguments against this simply just don't hold water.
Okay, well, let's start out with, somebody's going to play devil's advocate here, and there's only one guy, I think, in the whole state that's arguing against this bill, so I guess better be number two. Okay, so it's not really that there's not a tax increase, it's the tax that's presently there goes away, and so there's no actual raise in taxes, but if we weren't to pass this bond, there would actually be a drop in the taxes we would pay in 2006.
Well, you know, you got to go back to the same question I just asked. I mean, we have an obligation to educate children. You know, that is a basic obligation of government, in my opinion. Some things you just have to pay for. You bite the bullet and pay for them. This is under the best set of circumstances, under the best fiscally prudent set of circumstances, in my opinion, the way to go about doing it.
Okay, Chris, you know, in 1996, the school district asked for the bond. It wasn't passed, and they did a lot of things in that following 2 years to prove to the public that they had tried all the ideas that the public had. Have they done enough this time to convince the public?
Well, I have to tell you, after that school bond failed, the Board of Trustees constituted a financial advisory committee to try to bring some private business ideas and parent ideas into looking at the finance of the school district. I've been on that advisory council since day one for 6 years, and I have to tell you, I've seen quite an amazing transformation of the financial responsibility and reporting of the school district. Superintendent Hager has done a wonderful job of bringing responsibility and financial reporting that everybody can understand. It used to be completely obtuse. Even the chief financial officers on the committee couldn't read it. So, and the committee gave a vote of confidence to the school district financing department for the strides they have made in improving. So I think the district has shown they can be responsible.
One of the things, Martha, is public relations here, and the voters are not necessarily parents or the school kids. A lot of people that vote in this area are senior citizens. Has the school...
you happen to be talking to one.
I didn't want to point that out. I didn't pick on you because of that. It was just the natural train of thought here. But in a lot of places, senior citizens vote down school bond issues because they don't have kids or grandkids in the school system. We have a lot of retirees who have moved here from out of the area. Has the school district done enough in terms of promotion to get this bond passed?
I think so. I happen to feel strongly, in fact, the two gentlemen to my right, I agree with everything they've said. I worked on Yes, Yes for Kids. I was on that committee. I feel very strongly that one of the basic responsibilities of government in terms of quality of life, in terms of the future of a community, depends on a well-educated population. And where do we look for that? We look to our children. They are the future. Yes, senior citizens, many of them are concerned about money. This is not more money out of their pocket. Yeah, they will not have necessarily a decrease in their tax rate, but in return, they will be guaranteed that the future generations will continue to look to having this as an economically viable, culturally rich, great community to live in.
I got to look to a Republican to get some sense into this argument here. All right, all of these things sound wonderful, Greg Ferraro, but have we looked at all the options? I mean, multi-track...
I think that we have, Sam. And of course,
double sessions, busing when necessary.
Anything like this, the devil's in the detail. And as we look through this bond question, we find out a number of important things. One, it attacks the problem of overcrowding in our school district. Today, we have 7 out of our 11 middle schools are over capacity by as much as 120%. 9 elementary schools are over capacity. 2 high schools are over capacity. And one other very important factor that not a lot of people realize is our backbone of technology in the Washoe County School District is severely outdated. This bond question raises $66 million to improve the infrastructure. It's not new laptops, it's not software, it's the infrastructure that the school district needs to help educate the kids.
Hang on one second. I know where you want to go. Let's take a break. We'll come back on Nevada Newsmakers and we'll talk more, and I'll try to get some sense going here.
Let CTX show you how, 'cause with CTX, you're homeward bound.
Bobby Page's Cleaners, quality and service with a smile in Southwest Pavilion in Reno, and Handy Cleaners in Incline Village. Bobby Page's Cleaners.
What can I do with myself? I don't want just a job. I want a professional career, one that will give me a good income, flexible hours, a clean working environment. But most of all, I want a job where I don't do the same thing every day.
Have you ever considered a medical career?
As a doctor or a nurse, 4 to 8 years of college? I don't think so.
No, just 12 months.
Just 12 months? As what?
Medical assistant.
What do they do?
Perform basic laboratory tests in a medical office or clinic. Basically, you're a doctor's assistant.
How much does it pay?
The highest 10% earn more than $32,850 per year.
Wow, that's great. Tell me more.
Hi, this is Kathy at CCNN. Call me now and I'll tell you how you can get started right away at Career College of Northern Nevada. Call 856-2266. That's 856-CCNN. Don't wait, call now.
You've been eating fast food for the past 20 years. Still think you don't need a health check? Health Check. A comprehensive health screening program for the early detection of heart disease, strokes, and cancer. Reno Diagnostic Centers. For appointments or information, call 785-6305.
She's the most important person in your life. We can make her picture last for years to come.
Fast Frame, expert picture framing.
Greg Ferraro, I cut you off in midstream there. It's all yours.
Well, I'm the campaign chairman of the school bond, so I want to make sure that we disclose that here. But the vice chairman of our campaign, who's a school teacher in Washoe County, is here in the audience, and I think she has some interesting perspectives from inside the classroom as it relates to this bond.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me here. I do have some great perspectives. As co-vice chair, I've been able to visit several classrooms, Mendive Middle School, Sparks Middle School, and I'm so astonished at teachers and how well we're performing under the overcrowding issues. I actually have a story about a middle school teacher that stands in the hallway with a stop sign telling students, directing traffic as to how they can get through the hallways and get to their classes at time. I've spoken at senior citizen centers where the senior foster care grandparent program are actively involved in the middle schools, and they've come up to me and pleaded, go to this meeting, go to this meeting. Our senior citizens need to know what's happening in these buildings. The foster grandparents are letting me know that they're trying to teach these kids and help them on the computers, and the technology is so slow, and there's one teacher and 35 students, and it's overwhelming to hear the response from the community and the support that we're seeing. Teachers teaching in classrooms that are converted custodian closets, teaching our special needs children.
Oh, okay, Barbara, I got it.
I'm going to hit you hard today, Sam.
You, though, I mean, the number is $309 million. Last time it was about $178 million. Couldn't you make do with like $295 million? Does it have to be 309? Is there no fat in this?
But you know what? Is that okay for our kids? It's not okay for our kids to be directing traffic.
I'm looking at it from a non-emotional point of view here.
I am coming here with a teacher perspective who has a passion for her position. I have 27 little fifth graders that look at me in my eyes and say, I'm trusting you to educate me for my future so that I can go out in the beautiful community of Reno and Sparks and be a productive citizen. You are here representing me, Miss Surratt. And
okay,
here
Barbara.
I am saying,
Barbara,
I'm going to hit you with the
I'm running out of
kids.
time. I'm convinced. I've got it. I'm not going to tell you the way I'm going to vote. I'm going to keep it a secret, unlike the governor, but I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Bringing in a ringer. I can't. Right. Jimmy, get the last word on this.
I don't have.
I'll let you have the last word. We got to be quick here.
Fifth graders. I just think it says something that it's not often that everyone on this panel agrees. Okay, that's not often. And I think it says something about the merits of this issue for the fact that all of us do agree on it. You know, I don't have kids in the system. I support this. I think it says something that all of us do.
Okay, Martha, you get the last word.
If you want an economically viable community that is going to grow and prosper, then you better have an educated workforce. We need this bond for the kids.
All right.
Period, the end. And I'm a senior citizen,
okay,
and I'm voting yes.
I'm moving on. I'm moving on. Okay. Boy, I tell you, you should have sponsored this show. All right. Let's talk about the sticker shock, Jim Denton, that the public is going to get when they realize not just the school bond, but all the state taxes are going to be piled on them.
Don't know how that's going to turn out. The governor's made his proposal. The legislature is going to make their proposal. They're going to come together somewhere in the middle.
But if you had a crystal ball, I mean, what kind of things could the public be looking at if you accumulate all these
potentially
things?
But, you know, we have a $300 million deficit in the state going into the next year. We're looking at a $700 million deficit over the next 2 years. We've got some serious fiscal problems in the state. You could be potentially be looking at a gross receipts tax. You could be looking at cigarette tax increase, alcohol tax increases, potential property tax increases, maybe sales tax increases. That's going to be something that the legislature and governor is going to work on.
I have to make a point is that for years and years and years, the citizens of Nevada have enjoyed one of the lowest overall tax rates in the entire country. And part of it's from the generous concedos who have provided taxes, the mining industry. But some of those things are changing. And so we need to step up to the plate as citizens and fund government.
It's as simple as that. We have to, whether we like it or not. One of the basic responsibilities of a population is to support their government if you want to have a viable community.
I need some help here.
For the fiscal conservatives that are watching this show, and I always knew that about you, I think that the case has been made, and if they're not convinced, they need to pay attention a little closer. The governor and the legislative leadership have cut to the bone. There's no more spare.
And I wouldn't disagree with that.
I think the case has been made that we need the money. What I think will begin to be learned by more people is exactly what are those taxes going to fund? Our education system in the state is woefully underfunded.
Just about everything in the state is woefully underfunded. You know, the question is, where do the exemptions land? Isn't that the big question?
The exemptions are a big issue in the thing, but, you know, for too long, as a fiscal policy, for too long, we've gotten along in this state with being able to use Band-Aids and Scotch tape and super glue to keep the budget together.
So we look at previous
came
administrations.
Well, but you know, if you want to keep people from moving here, we could probably fund the thing. But you know, the fact of the matter is, this is a growing, thriving, you know, economically pretty good place to live.
Okay, you got 10 seconds each on this. The governor is going to spend $500,000 on his campaign, and he's what, 20 points ahead? Does this make any sense? Shouldn't he be giving that money to charity, to other candidates? Why would he waste that money?
In my opinion, it makes sense. I've run a lot of campaigns. You don't quit running them until Election Day. Bad things happen when you do.
Well, I think it's, I think I'd rather him spend it on his own campaign than hand it over to other Republicans. But it is a huge waste.
Of course you would.
Having run campaigns and been involved in campaigns, I'm not about to point fingers. He has a campaign to run. He is our governor. It's money that's been given to him for his campaign.
Okay, quickly.
I'm a consultant for the governor.
No help here.
I think he's standing for election, and I think he has to communicate with the voters his message.
Unbelievable. I think you do a lot better with it. I'm feeling like John McLaughlin today. I don't know why. Okay, very, very quickly. You're like 5 seconds. Predictions. Round the table.
Predictions, status quo wins on Election Day in Nevada.
Vivian Freeman will win. Jason Geddes can't provide any reason why he should be elected over an experienced legislator.
When Jason talks about his enthusiasm and his youth and energy, it's like saying to those of us who are over 50, you know, go off to the glue factory.
Okay, you got 5
Forget
seconds.
it.
All right, school bond passes by 65% of the vote.
We'll be right back with Ande and the rundown for tomorrow.
Over the past 20 years, I've seen a lot of changes in education.
I hope that I've had a positive effect on the students who have sat in my classroom.
I've taught them English and math, and I've taught them science. But if there's one legacy I hope I've left with them,
it's the value of a quality education.
In my experience, the Nevada State Education Association has
consistently stood up for quality education
for our kids and their future.
Any questions?
Congressman Jim Gibbons does not want the critical education issues we face today to challenge us tomorrow. Jim Gibbons maintains that the decisions affecting our children's education must be made by parents, teachers, and administrators, not by bureaucrats in Washington. Local school districts must have the flexibility to spend federal funds where they are needed most. For our future, we must continue education reform and work together to see that no child is left behind. We need Jim Gibbons to continue fighting for our children in Washington.
Does Joe Carter really have our best interests in mind? When 70% of Carter's campaign is being bankrolled by special interests outside Washoe County. And Joe Carter will support Las Vegas liberals who took millions of dollars away from Washoe County schools and sent it to Southern Nevada. Democrat Assemblyman Ken Howler called it a mugging of Washoe County. Call Joe Carter and tell him to stop siding with Las Vegas special interests and ask him, whose side is he on?
The 2003s are here, and right now you can buy a new 03 Jeep Liberty Sport equipped with big 6-cylinder power for oh so little. Or finance a new Liberty at 0%.
When your home just isn't big enough, go to Growing World RV and Mini Storage, the best place to store your extra stuff and the best storage prices in town. Call Growing World today at 323-1515.
Information regarding children's educational programming aired on News Channel 8 can be viewed in our public file located at 4850 Ampere Drive, Reno, Nevada.
Another quiet, dignified Nevada Newsmakers, eh?
I love it when you play Scrooge.
Okay, let's talk about Monday's show.
Oh, we have Senator Harry Reid with us on Monday. He's volunteered to go on the hot seat.
So we'll give him a grilling and find out whether the president is really declaring war or declaring politics with all this Iraq talk.
Right.
Anyway, join us Monday starting at 11 a.m. right here on News Channel 8 and 9 p.m. on Channel 12. And, of course, you can always email us at
Nevada Newsmakers at KOLOTV.com.
Okay, we'll see you on Monday.